Hi, and welcome to How'd You Do That? I am very honored to have a super special guest today by the name of Deborah Rozman. Deborah is the president and co-CEO of Heartmath Institute and Quantum Intech. She has written plenty of books in addition to the Transforming book series. She is also a spokesperson for the Heartmath System and gives interviews on how heart coherence can accelerate personal growth and expand consciousness. Welcome, Deborah. Thank you for being on our show today.
I'm happy to be here with you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Can you tell us more about yourself and what you do in your line of work?
Well, I'm the CEO of Heartmath Incorporated, and I'm on the Scientific Advisory Board of Heartmath Institute. And what I do is I take the research findings from Heartmath Institute, and this has been since it was founded in 1991, and help develop those scientific discoveries into training programs, technology to help people reduce stress, regulate their emotional reactions, build resilience, improve health, performance, and enhance their personal growth or spiritual growth if that's what their focus is.
Wonderful. And so what is the Heartmath system? Can you give us a little bit more detail?
Well, we call it a system. It's really a transformational process that's combined of research, techniques and tools that are based upon it or validated by it, that we do pre and post assessments. We keep refining the process to help people align their heart, brain, nervous system and be able to operate more from their heart. We all would like to do that. It's a natural place. It's who we really are.
Right.
And that way we can access more of what we call the heart's intuitive guidance, or what ancients called the heart's wisdom. It really is a place inside where we can connect more with our inner discernment and have more of our own intuitive sense of what's appropriate based upon our own deeper core values. And all of that is so needed in these times. So we developed technology where you could actually see, as you shift emotional state or perspective, you see your heart rhythm pattern, which is measured by what's called heart rate variability. You see that change in real time, which validates to people that something is going on. They really can shift. They really can manage their thoughts and emotions, and the technology helps train people to do that. So the system is research, assessments, tools, technology, training, and outcome data that we've developed and amassed from thousands and thousands of people over years.
Wonderful. And I think that's actually where I heard about you, because of Dr. JoeDispenza. I'm a big follower and a fan, and he talks very highly of the Heartmath Institute.
Joe is a good friend, and if those of you who are familiar with his work, he has built upon Heartmath's discovery of physiological coherence, which is driven by the heart, to be able to raise and elevate emotional state and have it actually activate higher brain centers. And that state of internal coherence is humanity's optimal state for high performance, for healing, for health, well-being. And the fact that we can actually measure it now and train people into that powers up our physiology to power up the behavior changes that we all would like to make.
Right, right. And I think that's the reason why I think more and more people are actually, finding this system is very, very helpful and unique from other systems. And so how can the Heartmath system now help with the disarray and fear that is going around, that is going on in this world about the coronavirus?
Yes, well, every full moon period, because the energies are heightened then, we put out what's called a care focus. Okay. And it's a meditation on the heart, a heart meditation that is, thousands of people get together and do it in synchronized pattern with our Global Coherence app to facilitate shifting and lifting each other's consciousness. And that care focus has a theme. And the new one right now is regarding the coronavirus, how to change fear and anxiety and to manage concern so we don't stress ourselves out, and how we can really transform that emotional state into something more effective. Understanding that we all have concerns and we have to take care of ourselves and our families, but we need to do it from a higher perspective. Fear
Right.
blocks the higher brain centers from functioning. So we can't reason as clearly, and we can't even see potential ways through for ourselves or what we can do. Whereas if we get into this state of inner coherence, it opens up those possibilities, and we are connected more with our heart's intuitive guidance of what would be best for ourselves, our families, our wholeness. And that's so important right now, is to both reduce the fear, manage the uncertainty and stress, which is totally understandable, and be able to actually see bigger picture perspectives for ourselves as we move forward. And so the Care Focus this month is on that, the special Care Focus. People can go to heartmath.com and they'll see it there, and they'll be able to practice it. And we have other techniques and tools that we're providing to a lot of our clients who are, a lot of them are healthcare systems, frontline healthcare workers who are challenged in taking care of us and people, and also putting themselves at risk and their families at risk. So a lot of our focus right now is service and helping others with tools that can help us navigate these times.
Well, that sounds wonderful, and I think now is the best time actually to start focusing, like you mentioned, on this, because fear can only take you so far. So what kind of research is done now at the Heartmath Institute? You've mentioned a little bit about that. You've taken thousands of people's information. So can you give us a little bit more detail how that works?
Well, we don't take private information. What we do is when we go into organizations, we will do an assessment, a personal organizational quality assessments, norm and validated assessment on different levels of stress, mental, emotional stress, physical symptoms of stress, organizational stress, relationship stress, all these different parameters. And then we teach people a HeartMath set of tools and training program. Usually in the organization, it's a 4 to 6 hour program. We're doing it online now, obviously, but some techniques that helps us really regulate our autonomic nervous system, our stress response, operate more from the heart, and that has impact on our immune system, bolsters the immune system, balances the hormonal system, soothes the nervous system, and gives us more clarity, more access to our higher brain possibilities, our higher thinking. And that's really needed right now. So this is what we provide. We also certify coaches, mentors, fitness facilitators, organizational consultants in HeartMath in a certification program called Building Personal Resilience. That's all virtual. And we also offer a HeartMath certified trainer program for workshop facilitators. Now all that's virtual. And for health professionals, a HeartMath clinical certification. So these are what's really needed now to expand this. We have thousands of certified trainers, including about 100 of JoeDispenza's trainers who are moving into training in corporations that are using a whole section of HeartMath they got certified in called, increasing coherence and understanding the science of why it is so powerful to quickly achieve the results that you want, to get that physiology in that coherent state. And we have a book called Heart Intelligence, Connecting with the Intuitive Guidance of the Heart, that's available. And we just released a new program for everybody. And we made it as low cost as possible to practically give it away. And it's called the HeartMath Experience. It's 10 modules, and string them all together, it's like a film, beautiful, interactive reality types of skits to use our techniques, so you can see how they're used in real time, not just in meditation or something, but how you can use them in the moment in different situations. And that was actually featured as a film at the Illuminate Film Festival last month in Arizona, before the coronavirus.
Oh, wow. So how can heart coherence now accelerate personal growth and expand consciousness?
Well, just the way I was saying it, and maybe I'll try to find another way to say it, heart coherence is actually a physiological state where our heart rate, which actually changes with every beat, it's not always just flat, 60 beats
Oh,
per minute, 70 beats per minute. Every beat is going like from 60 to 65 to 58 to 75
ah,
to 80. And if you can plot that with a sensor, like our inner balance or M-wave sensor, you can see the beat to beat to beat changes.
right.
When you're feeling frustrated, anxious, angry, stressed, fearful, uncertain, insecure, all the things people are experiencing, that heart rate variability pattern becomes very jagged and irregular,
Mm-hmm.
and about how we feel inside.
Mm-hmm.
And when we can use a Heartmath technique, like our quick coherence technique, in less than a minute, you can watch in real time, if you're hooked to a sensor, heart rate variability coherence sensor, you can see your heart rate variability pattern, which is called the heart rhythm, turn into this beautiful harmonious sine wave, like
Wow.
rolling hills. That helps you sustain a positive feeling. It helps you shift to care, appreciation, kindness, uplift. And so you can ride the waves, literally, with more poise and balance and emotional ease. And that technology gives you the feedback, and it also trains you to shift from the stress rhythm to the coherent rhythm in
Okay.
just a few minutes.
Wow. Wow. And so how, we've had a prior discussion and you were talking about breathing from the heart. Can you show us exactly how we do that or give us
Yeah,
some?
it's very simple. And a lot of times when we're stressed, someone will say, just breathe. Or we tell children who are all upset, we say, slow down, take some deep breaths. And
Right.
that's a natural response because we know intuitively that's going to calm down their physiology and nervous system.
Right.
We don't always do that for ourselves, but the most effective form of breathing we found for nervous system quiet and ease is called heart focus breathing. And how you do that, we can all do it together right now. You
Okay.
shift your focus attention from your mind
Hmm.
to the area around your heart.
Okay.
And some people put their hand on their heart to help keep their focus there because so often we go right back up to thinking and then
Right.
so you focus your attention there and you pretend like your breath is flowing or imagine it's flowing in and out through the heart area, the center of the chest. And you just breathe a little more slowly, more deeply than usual, but find a nice, easy rhythm that feels comfortable. And if I had you hooked up to our inner balance app and sensor right now, as you can do this heart focus breathing, you would see your heart rhythm smoothing out and becoming more of that sine wave like your coherent rhythm, that heart coherence. Now, if
Wow.
you're doing this as we're talking a
Mhm.
little bit, it'll start to help you go deeper into your connection with your heart and start to actually send a different signal to your brain that allows your whole heart, brain, body to come more into synchronization or coherence.
It's very relaxing and very, very peaceful. Wonderful. That's beautiful. Um, so tell me, we understand that why meditation is important. I mean, people get the gist of it, but in your words, why is meditation important?
Well, I wrote a book in the 70s that became a bestseller on how to teach children to meditate called Meditating with Children. It was the very
Right.
first of its kind. And I wrote it because when I was just out of college, I got introduced for the first time to meditation and I had wonderful experiences. And I thought to myself, and my major was psychology, and I thought, I wish I had learned that when I was 5 or 6 years old, that I would know how to center and make better choices as I
Right.
grew up. So that better choices is what we have to figure out or find or do moment to moment. Life is about one choice after another, and we can make choices that create stress and take us down spiraling. We can make
Mhm.
choices that lift us up and lift others up and facilitate our fulfillment. And how to know inside, especially at what we call hinge points, our choice points, what is the path or the choice or the decision that's going to be best for ourselves and the wholeness. And that's where connecting deeper in your heart through meditation practices or other personal growth practices can really help you do that, because that can help you not have as much stress, not say things you later regret, improve your health, your autonomic nervous system, your hormone, your immune system, all of that, as well as giving more mental clarity. So we researched how can people learn how to do this
Mhm.
while they're in activity. How do
Mhm.
you do meditation in action without just spacing out? Heartmath is all about using techniques like what I just showed you. Quick
Mhm.
coherence is activating from that heart focused breathing a positive attitude and actually breathing into that so you can move into that. So when you're doing heart focused breathing, let's say you find something to be grateful for in your life,
Mhm.
and then you breathe that feeling of gratitude as you do the heart focused breathing, and that moves you even more coherence quicker. So what if you were to do that throughout your day to keep your vibration up, to be able to ride those waves of the changes that we're being confronted with moment to moment or throughout the day? That's
Right.
really one of the purposes of HeartMath, is to take that state we all hope to achieve in meditation, that calm clarity, and be able to get there quicker and during the day in the midst of action. So meditation's important, but being able to carry it over into your day-to-day choices is even more important.
I completely agree with that, and that is completely important. So now, on a different note, what led you to your current path? I mean, you did mention that you did take psychology. I mean, were you always interested in, in meditation and I guess, the HeartMath Institute? I mean, that would be really interesting to know what you did to get there.
Well, from age 4 or 5, I had this intuitive knowing that I was here to serve, but I didn't know what that meant. And first I thought it was being a teacher. And then when I got to junior high school and had 7 teachers, I was like, wait a minute, what is it really about? And that's when I began to be interested in psychology. So it was still a young age, and that is what I majored in college. And then I began to meditate after that. I
Right.
wanted to put Eastern psychology and Western psychology together, studied both, and realized that it's truly about attitude change. How do we change behaviors and attitudes that no longer serve us, instead of having that vicious cycle of trying to make a change, not being able to pull it off, falling off the wagon, as you said, feeling guilty. And it just takes us into a hole, really,
Mhm.
of self-doubt and self-guilt. And I wanted to see, how do we help people move through that? And I was teaching Gestalt psychology and having people do a practice I developed of listening and talking to their heart and from their
Mhm.
heart. So I'd have them sit on a pillow and be their head talking to their heart on another pillow, then switch pillows and be their head talking to their heart. And they go back and forth a few times, and they'd have an aha insight. And it was almost always when they were sitting in the heart pillow that they had that profound shift. So
Right.
I knew there was some intelligence associated with the heart, just like ancient cultures and
Right.
traditions have always said. But I didn't know exactly if that was metaphorical or what. And I
Mhm.
realized, we say, I love you with all my heart. We don't say, I love you with all my head.
Right.
I knew that, right? I knew that love and the heart really were connected somehow. So when I met Doc Childry, the founder of HeartMath and the co-CEO and co-author of the books that I helped write, since then, he basically talked about heart intelligence and how he wanted to develop an institute to research how the heart and brain
Mhm.
talk to each other and how the heart and brain connects with spirit, with the higher self.
Right.
I was so excited. So that's how I got involved, and still am here.
There you are today. So what drove you on your willingness to wanting to help others? I mean, you always tried it. I mean, the company itself it's basically helping others in a nutshell, right? Because that's what it is. So,
Yes, well, it's here for service. We're all here to serve and help others.
right, right,
That's our mission. And
right,
that mission is to really help humanity activate their potentials of their heart. So it's not a metaphor to them, but sayings like put your heart into it, listen with your heart, go deep into your heart for answers. They really have a physiological basis. And we develop techniques and tools for people to be able to really do that and
right.
do it in a systematic way to stay on their higher soul blueprint, if you want to call it that, or their higher purpose. And that's been my mission, and it's incredibly fulfilling to experience that for oneself and then help others find that within themselves.
Right, right. No, that's wonderful. So what keeps Deborah, driven on a daily basis?
Just what I said.
Right. Okay.
Others learn to listen to and follow their heart, operate and
Right.
work with the heart, and find the rewards of health and improved relationships and fulfillment through that.
Great. And along this journey, what have been your takeaways?
That the heart really works, that it is something replicable, it's scalable, that it is the hope for humanity. People have worked on developing the mind for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Right.
Us. The mind is wonderful. Having the heart's values and alignment lead the mind's thinking takes us into bigger picture thinking and more holistic thinking, and that is the next level of human evolution, or the next unfoldment of human consciousness, is to bring the heart back in, not in some sentimental churchy way, but in the real power of the heart to
Right.
our perspectives.
I love that. It just sounds so beautiful. And what's next for you, Deborah? I mean, you've been with the Heartmath for a while. Do you have anything else planned for yourself?
Heartmath is an adventure that keeps unfolding. The heart doesn't know a limit. It keeps expanding and growing and new possibilities. And the only thing that's next for me is to use my creativity along with others to see how we can bring the tools of Heartmath to more children, more adults, more healthcare systems, more law enforcement officers. We work with all those aspects of society and really continue to help the shift on the planet to heart-based living.
That's beautiful. And you know what? You've given us so much to think about, and the takeaways have been just inspiring for me, and I'm sure for many others. Because at the end of the day, we've used our head for endless number of years, and I think it's about time now we start focusing on our heart, like you've mentioned earlier. And I think this is where we need to go.
Well, I think a lot of people are waking up to that, and the current coronavirus epidemic is actually bringing more people to the heart.
Right.
All sorts of acts of care and kindness, because it's a great equalizer. It doesn't care whether you're rich or poor,
Right.
black or white, what religion, what you believe in. We are all of us are equally susceptible depending upon where we are and who we're in contact with, unless we are really enhancing our immune system in a way that we aren't as vulnerable. And the research is showing the more you practice and put out care and compassion and kindness and reduce fear to the managed concern rather than have it drain your system, the more you're actually protecting your immune system, you're enhancing it. So it's really important right now. And I did want to offer all your listeners, you can post it,
For sure.
I'll tell them right now, a free ebook of our book, Heart Intelligence, Connecting with the Intuitive Guidance of the Heart. It gives an overview, simply said, of Heartmath research, what's happening in the world right now, what's needed to shift to heart-directed living, heart-based living, and some of the techniques and tools. And people can get that if they go to heartmath.com/heart intelligence, all one word.
I'll definitely post that on on the link below, so that everyone has access to that.
Great.
Thank you so much, Deborah. You've been nothing but wonderful, and you've given us so much information and just also a good technique even for myself that I can use, moving forward. It's been nothing but wonderful. I really appreciate your time that you've taken into doing this interview today.
Well, thank you. And just do heart focused breathing throughout the day. If you start to feel insecurity come on, shift to the heart, breathe through the heart, activate a feeling of gratitude for something in your life, and have deep heart compassion for yourself and others. That'll keep you in coherence too.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you again, Deborah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.